J.R. Smith waived by the Cavs on Monday. He'll become a free agent once he clears waivers. Players from the NBA chiming in all over social media. One wrote, "Free at last, free at last." There's some reactions here. According to Woj, though, the Lakers are an unlikely destination for JR to end up. Brian, will we indeed be deprived of a LeBron, JR, reunion?
They're certainly unlikely in July. They've got better options they can wait for. So we'll see if the Lakers can get any of those guys. And I think JR in general is going to have to wait here. You know, he has not played well the last couple of years. Only played 14 or like 11 or 12 games last season. So.
No, I think he's a guy that's not going to sign until someone gets an injury or there's a problem and we need a solution really quickly.
JR has often been described as the solution to problems.
No, yeah, I mean, look, we're not going to pile on
Will he bring
JR
his
anymore.
own soup? The Grizzlies in Las Vegas Summer League, they are champions. I love J.R. Smith. He's one of the most fun people to cover, and I hope he gets somewhere soon.
I think he can help a team.
The Grizzlies, however, beating the Timberwolves 95-92 last night. Brandon Clarke, the 21st pick in the draft, named MVP before the game, but that's neither here nor there. Does this mean anything for Memphis Amin?
They need 2 MVP awards.
Exactly.
Rachel, this is where I really have a conflict. And I think Summer League matters. I don't think Summer League championships matter. And so I guess it's nice for them to be able to say that. The Warriors won one, the Spurs won one, so it's nice to be in that same breath. But then again, the Kings won one in 2014, and it took them 5 years to become a good team.
Scouts who I talked to who actually watch games are very complimentary of Taylor Jenkins, their new coach.
What are you saying about everyone else in Summer League, Brian?
There are scouts who talk to that don't watch games?
NBA 2K20 releasing their player ratings for the upcoming season. LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard, both 97 overall. League MVP, Giannis came in 3rd. Did they get this right, Amin?
It's a video game. I mean,
come on.
If you set a scale where 99 is the maximum you can make, what if a guy in real terms is like 195 on offense, but we only cap it at 99,
What's
so
he talking
it
about?
is what
I'm
it
totally
is.
lost.
It's just ridiculous. It's all like we're doing arbitrary ratings and setting a cap to how high you can be at any individual rating.
So
So like that 97 isn't. LeBron's a 97. It's like, well, let's grade his shooting, let's grade his defense, let's grade everything.
It's all supposed to be on a scale. So if you were doing the offensive rating, really, I'm explaining this to you, who's a gamer. If you're doing the offensive rating, you do it on the scale of 2 James Harden, 2, well, I don't want to say who's at the bottom, but whatever it is for the offensive rating, and that's where their rating is calculated.
My head hurts.
Right? I mean, look, I do want to. Can we flash those on screen just one more time? My only point is this, which is I think it is an interesting time in the NBA. We went through long periods where it was like we know who the best player is. Everyone knows who the best player is, whether the Michael Jordan era, people consider the LeBron James era. You could argue that several of guys on this list should be the top name on this list. They should be the best player. Who is the best player
Apparently
today?
in the video game, Kevin Durant's healthy, so that's
exciting. That's exciting. You got to be healthy.
Ronnie 2K, man. This is his
His legacy, man. There you go. All right. It seems like half the league has changed teams this offseason. It does feel like we're close to the end. Sam Presti still has a big decision to make, though, regarding Chris Paul. Brian, what have you heard about the efforts to move CP3?
Look, here's the thing. When they talked about the Westbrook trade, one of the things that was talked about was the Thunder giving the picks that they have of the Heat back to Miami in exchange for later picks.
Right.
Because that's what the Thunder want. They want later picks. They got later picks from the Clippers. They got later picks from the Rockets. The Heat obviously didn't do that deal. So is there some sort of way where they could find a way to give Miami something back that they have that could incentivize the Heat to take on Chris Paul? I don't know, but that's the kind of thing that would have to be worked out here. It's difficult to judge Chris Paul's value. How much do you value him today versus how much you have to pay him in 3 years? That is why this is a complicated trade, and I don't know if the Heat are willing to go all in and trade away some of their future.
Right, I mean, that's, in the words of Mad Men, that's what the money is for. That's what the picks are for, so that you can find a way to incentivize people to take this contract, which today isn't bad. But
what's the value of giving you a pick today to take a pick tomorrow? That's finding.
Because they're trying to hedge. They're betting against your futures, basically.
Exactly.
The idea
they're saying when these guys age out.
I know, but what's
successful.
the value of getting a pick back that you have to go in the future? It's a gray area that they're trying to negotiate.
One of the questions with Chris Paul is fit, right? Yeah. Because in a vacuum, maybe Westbrook could be a better player right now at this moment, but you think Chris Paul is a much better fit in Houston?
Yep.
Does the team that wants him think the fit is there for them? They're willing to attach. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.